new album that I got by Breaking Benjamin. When I got this album, I just wanted to kind of get an album that was straight up rock, no politics involved in their songwriting, and just one that I can kind of listen to the choruses over and over, something that was going to be radio friendly and nothing too complicated, but if they experimented, I'll be okay with that as well. It featured 12 tracks on this album. The title of this album was entitled Dark Before Dawn. With this album, you kind of see it start out with Dark, which was the intro, and then they had Dawn as the outro of the album. And from start to finish, I thought it was a great album. No tracks that I didn't like. I just wanted to go through the tracks on here just so you kind of know what to expect if you're planning on getting this album. So like I stated before, it started out with Dark. That was the intro, and then it went into Failure, which is track number 2. I kind of felt like this had the old school sound of Breaking Benjamin. It reminded me a lot of my favorite Breaking Benjamin song, which was Diary of Jane. And I, just kind of listening to the song, I felt like it would easily be a single. Now, I remember seeing one song from this album before I got the album. Can't remember which one was the single from this album, but Failure definitely sounded like it could be a single on the album. Track number 3 was entitled Angels Fall. Again, I felt like this was another song that could be a single, and I could actually see them doing a video for this song. And also thought the song had a catchy chorus as well. Breaking the Silence, this was another good track from the album, but I didn't think it was better than the previous 2 tracks on this album. My only gripe about this whole album and only complaint about this one song was the screaming when they're saying the lyrics, "Wake up." Track number 5 was entitled Hollow, and I kind of felt like, again, parts of this reminded me of Diary of Jane. Track number 6 was entitled Close to Heaven, and I loved the lyrics in the beginning of this track. Also, it had a good melody as well. I didn't expect it to transition around the 1 minute mark how it did, and overall I felt like this was a great track. Bury Me Alive was track number 7, and again I could see them doing a video for this song, and I also thought it could be a great single as well. Track number 8 was Never Again. I love the chorus within this song. This was another favorite from this album. The Great Divide was track number 9, and I went back and forth on what was going to be my favorite track on this album, and it was hard to just narrow it down and just pick one favorite. But if I had to choose, I would probably say The Great Divide is hands down my favorite track from this album for right now. Now that could change later on, but we'll just kind of see as I listen to this album more and more. But I felt myself like singing this song over and over again, and I was really singing the chorus and a lot of the lyrics within the song. Track number 10 was entitled Ashes of Eden. This track, it was more stripped down, more mellow. The lyrics and vocals really stood out, and I kind of felt like this track was structured different from every other track on the album, and I kind of felt like this track surprised me more than anything else. It wasn't like any other track on the album and just kind of stood away from all the other ones. Track number 11 was entitled Defeated, and I like the lyrics that were done within this track. And with the lyrics in that, it just kind of really stood out for me. And I thought this was another good track from this album. The last track was entitled Dawn, and this was the outro. So overall, you had 12 tracks on this album. From start to finish, a great album. If you are looking for a lot of songs that have a great chorus and you're kind of looking more so for the radio-friendly type of rock, I would definitely recommend this album. I did put this album on my suggested pickups list for you to get if you're looking for great albums to pick up and just kind of listen to. And definitely go out and get this album, support it. And if you got this album, feel free to tell me what your favorite song was. If you had a least favorite, feel free to share that as well. And overall, what do you think about Breaking Benjamin as a band? But until next time, this has been Jacob Rob AJ, and I'll see ya.